All right. Good morning, everybody. Before I start to give an introduction to today's course, I want to switch different topic. Maybe you will be interested in this kind of field. And yesterday, I met Kai Chaopi on the 阳光大道. How can I say sunshine way or sunshine broad? I forgot the term. Broadway, something like this. And I said, all students are welcome to visit our lab. Our lab is biology lab. And let me show you some photos. I think, for example, yesterday, I had an exam. Sorry, I had an instruction about organic chemistry, and I did a little bit microbiology test. Let me show you. It looks like this. Oh, 1 minute, please. The internet is a little bit slow. No. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, not here. Maybe the third one. Hey, take a look of this. I was in the lab. Yesterday, because last week a student used their fingers to press on the medium. That's called plate. Plate actually it has the food for microorganisms. And after appropriate time of cultivation, their microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, is something like that on their fingers or growing to the big size. Remember that big size colonies are visible because they multiply. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8. The kind of exponential growth, and in the end is visible for our naked eye. Otherwise, you cannot see your microorganisms on your fingers, your face, your hair, your nose, your mouth, your everywhere on your body. And I tried to, how can I say it? Because the chairman of our department has only one policy: encourage students try to induce their interest in this field, in any field. Because I teach science, and I think sometimes more experiments is funny, interesting, and attractive for students. Not only, oh, look at this, the mean and standard deviation from the calculation is assumed, blah, 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 blah. The number is here, they are different. No, it's boring. I know it's boring. But I need more chance. I need more time to do more. But okay, however, come back here and look at that. Guess what? What is the left screen? Actually, that is a marker. I used a marker and I drew a line, a red line on the glass, a glass slide. Then after the magnification by the microscope, it was 400 times bigger. Then you can see the details here. Let me show you here. Okay, actually, I'm a food microbiologist, so I'm interested about this field. Here's a burner. I use a loop. Loop is a piece of metal wire, and there is a circle. We call it loop. And loop, I don't know who invented this tool, but it's very useful until this moment. I just guess maybe 200 years ago, some microbiologists, the pioneers in Germany, in Europe, and many countries, they invented this kind of tool. And I use a burner. Actually, the small burner is used to cook, to brew a coffee. So I bought that, and I pick up a slide, a small piece of glass, and sorry, maybe the webcam's resolution is not so good, and I pick up a colony. A colony in the past words, it means a small home for ants, for insects. And in our language, maybe many 400 or 500 years ago, British or UK or France, they colonized their people to South Africa, to North Africa, somewhere. We call the term colonize, but in the microorganisms, we call it colonies. Get it? Do I need to speak in Mandarin? Okay, because sometimes, English is my nightmare, but I need to explain it, especially different culture, different understanding. Okay, I flame the loop to kill the original bacteria on the device. Then a little bit cool down, I tear away the paraffin like tape, and I mark it. The new plate is here. I select colony, and there are thousands or millions bacteria or yeast. I don't know, because I cannot judge the type of the bacteria or microorganisms by naked eye. So I scratch a little bit and put it on the plate a little bit and pick up a piece of debris on the glass, because later I will use these to observe the bacteria by microscope, and flame the loop again. Then let me pour it. Okay, I check the microscope. See, when I adjust the knob, then you will see the bacteria image amplified. The image is amplified and received by this electrical device. And through my computer, the screen is here. Sure, if somebody can donate funding, and I will buy better device, better equipment, and I can have a better teaching. How can I say that? Teaching ways. Okay, like this. And later you will see the bacteria becomes. You can see it. Sorry. The screen is a little bit dark because in order to watch, I didn't stand. What does it mean stand? To use dyes, colorful compounds to make the bacteria because they are very tiny, and it's not easy to visit, to observe them by our naked eye, even through the microscope. And I didn't use the dye, I didn't stain them, so the resolution is not good. If you have chance to visit our lab, I will show you how to do this, and you can see maybe the organisms or your fingernails or something like this through the microscope, because they are the property of KNU, so we can use it. And I think your background is business, but if you have chance to study some scientific courses, I think it will be interesting for you and to broaden your view in different field. Okay, so in the future, actually, from my video, I can see a little bit of small balls. Small balls, we call it coccus. But do you know that that is called the famous bacteria called E. coli? E. coli in our language is called 大肠杆菌. It means your large intestine 杆菌. It means a long shape like a stick. But we cannot judge the name from the E. coli, Escherichia coli, the kind of term. And actually, I can see a little bit of small balls over there, but on the screen, maybe something wrong with the projector. So, okay, let's come back here. Okay. I try to find appropriate focus on the bacteria. Okay, let's see. So, okay, what I want to tell you is about in the future, if any chance come to our biology lab, that is in building B at 10. Let me anytime. Okay, so let me finish this part. Okay, let's come back to our course here. Okay, okay, just a reminder, and today is the week 14. Today is the week 14, and we will have week 14, week 15, week 16, then week 17, we will have exam. And I know Daniel will go to the military service for 4 months, and I will give you extra assignment, and you will get the normal distribution, normal score in the end of the semester. So don't worry. And the director, Yuda, suggests us try to take care of every student, and they are interested in learning. You need to offer different way to satisfy their learning. Okay, and week 17, we will have the exam number 2, and on the week 18, theoretically, you don't need to come to the classroom unless you have a bad score on your final exam. I don't think that will be okay. Then I try to record the solution for the exam on this week. So you're welcome to the classroom. I think I will be on the classroom this time. You can come here too, but if you are busy, that's okay. And again, our grading policy is just review it again. Okay, group A just want to pace this course. That score is up to 75, at least 6 times, and 2 open book exams. I think most people are satisfied with this one. And for group B, at least 10 times. So if I check your attendance equal to or greater than 10, you will belong to the group B. You don't need to select that. You don't need to report to me. And I will calculate your attendance. Then second, 2 open book exams, that's 65% of the score. And class assignment on public website, I think some of you already have a good job of this. And I will show you website to IHP teachers. because that is your achievement. Also, my teaching achievement. I can tell my colleagues, see, they are hard workers, they are smart, and they did the homework, the class assignment here, and place those class assignment on the public website. What does it mean, public website? You don't need to register, like IG or Facebook or Instagram. Something IG is Instagram. So you need to register in order to read, in order to post or share your information. But I encourage you to use Google Blogger or some WordPress, some free websites to demonstrate your learning achievement. Okay, and creative works like this. For example, Daniel attended the Rotary Club, the contest. I think I will give you part of this one. You are qualified. Okay, you are qualified. And that is okay. So, is it okay for everybody? Because you know the policy, I announced the part in the beginning of the semester, so I never change it. So this time, I encourage everyone to do this. By the way, if you are interested about the field of food science and nutrition, I will encourage students from Taiwan or from international, anywhere is okay. About this coming, maybe the end of the end of October, there is an annual meeting that is about the nutrition policy. For example, you are from different countries, you can do the comparison, and I encourage you to do a small project and publish your results as an academic poster in the end of October. But you need to work during the summer. So if you are interested, please let me know, especially the field of food science and nutrition. You may ask, what's the benefit? It's a good question. It's very practical. And actually, I have been staying in higher education for many, many years. And I think something should be different. We need to change. We need and we must, we shall change the education. One way is to do the project and publish your results. For example, let me show you that. About, 1 minute please. I think this part is important, so I need to spend a little bit of time to explain this. About 2 years ago, sorry, no, I didn't write in the English, but you can see here. Okay, this student now is the sophomore, the second year in the college, and I'm the class mentor of him. And this is my class mentor when I was a college student, Dr. Huang Qinzhen, a famous scholar in nutrition field in Taiwan. So in our language, we call it, I'm his teacher, and she is his grand teacher, Shi Nai. And it's very interesting in our language. And they published their by the way, any student who submitted their poster, and if they get accepted, in the end, they publish their poster, will get, how can I say, 奖金, bonus, or it's not a scholarship, it's not a awarding. How can I say that? Who can translate for me? 参加奖. As long as you attend and get your result published, you can earn $2,000 new dollars, the bonus. Yeah, and I asked yesterday. Yeah, okay. Participant prize. Okay, I like it. You should say. Thank you, Daniel. And here. Okay. And the gentleman did a research about the comparison about the nutrition demand from different countries. And she did the research about comparing different countries, their eating policy. because that is, I think I will give you those posters. Those posters. Is it okay? Oh, what? Underweighting? Underweighted? What does it mean? Sorry? Too skin. Oh. It's a bad person. I didn't criticize it. You can ask her about her BMI, whether she reaches the standard body weight. I don't know. Okay, and I encourage you, especially from Taiwan or from international students, you can do that. I know your background is business, economics, but if you are interested in my field, nutrition and food science, you are welcome to do this kind of poster. But it takes your time more than you can imagine. But if you start to do that from today, maybe 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day is enough. Then you will learn how to study, how to find the reference, scientific or academic posters, academic journals, academic articles, how to write it, how to organize everything into the poster. That is important training. And now those two students, they are sophomore. They did this when their college study, the first semester, when they were freshmen. They can do it. I believe you are smarter than them. You can do that too. Okay? So I encourage everyone, no matter where are you from South area, from Africa, from America, somewhere, from Europe, everywhere is okay. If we are interested in the field about the food science and nutrition, let me know. I think we can cooperate. I don't know. I don't set a term direct. I don't know set a term supervise. I don't set a term. I forgot. Okay, I set a term collaboration because we are equal. But I'm older than you, so I'm experienced in some field. So again, I encourage everyone, especially from IHP students, you can do the project. You can do the project, but then you have no chance because you're during your military service. You may have no chance to, but maybe next year. Okay, and okay, let's go back to our. Okay, and again, this time I use the textbook here. I try to skip some. I try to escape the order, the sequence of the chapters, and I use my way to explain it because statistics sometimes it's very hard to understand. Okay, now let's continue to about the normal distribution. Let me review this part. Okay, go back to the 6.1 uniform distribution. What does the uniform? Unit means one, mono, single. Okay, form is a format. You can think it's a format. Uniform, it means only one type. And they look like this. About waiting times like this one and probability 0.1, they are the same. For example, if we have the same body weight, no matter you are man or lady, we have the same height, no matter you are man or the lady, as long as we use the diagram to explain our body weight and our height, that is a uniform distribution because everybody have the same body weight, the same height, but actually it's impossible. But we need to understand the uniform distribution. The diagram looks like this. And that is not important. For us, normal distribution is important for us. Okay, take a look at this. Let's review this part. And again. Last week I played some videos to explain the shape, the bare shape of the curve. And okay, let me slow down here. Here is hill, here is valley. That's not important. Here is a mu is mean mean of the samples of the population. Depends on your definition. Theoretically, for example, if we have a machine, we can collect our gentleman's height in Taiwan. That maybe about 10 or 12 or 13 million men in Taiwan. And the average assume 1 meter and 80 centimeters. Sorry, 180 centimeters. Assume that average about here. And about that 180.1, 180.2, 180.3, and even over the 190 centimeter high. That's very tall guy. And below it, below the average, maybe 178, 176, 174, 170, 160, something like this. And the kind of distribution look like a shape. Look like this bell shape. We call it normal distribution. And actually, the German scientist, the Gauss, he discovered this secret, and he created an equation look like this. Look like this. The equation look like this. See? When I was a PhD student, I tried to use software to draw this equation, but I failed. It's too complicated for me. But we don't need to understand. We don't need to be a math expert. We just need to know the shape and the properties. Here. Okay, I like the explanation from the Wikipedia. Let me show you. Normal distribution. Okay, and the key point, you don't need to memorize those equations, those factors, but one thing you need to know here. Okay, again, from the mean plus a standard deviation, and this part is about 34.1% about the population or the samples. Okay, then when we plus the second standard deviation, the area covers everywhere. And in YouTube, we can find a term that is called 65, 98, or 65, 95, the rule. Let me show you here. Sixty-five, 90 rules in stay in normal distribution. Some people say 65, 95, 65, 98. It depends on, okay. 68, 68, 95. Or 60 and 95, 99.7, that rule. Okay, this one, let me have a brief explanation about this. This one, your mean plus minus 1 standard deviation, and this area 34.1 plus another 34.1, that is 68.2, but roughly we call it 68%. 68%. And what does it mean? Standard deviation. Do you remember? The formula of this? Okay, then plus 2 standard deviation, minus 2 standard deviation. This area will cover 95% of the population, all the sample numbers here. And this one is also important. Okay, do you know there is a book published maybe 30 or 40 years ago that is called the 6 Sigma Rules? Okay, let me show you. Okay. 6 sigma rules. Oh, sorry, sigma principles. What does it mean? 6 sigma principles. It means when we have normal distribution from the mean plus 1, 2, 3 standard deviation and minus 1, 2, 3 standard deviations, then almost everything are under 6 sigma this range. It means the quality, the product quality 99.7 are safe and satisfied with the quality requirement. Though we call that 6 sigma principles. 6 sigma principles. And as I know, I'm not in the field of the management, but you are. You can ask your professor what's the 6 sigma principles. One other did not explain very well. I'm sorry that. Okay, you can look like this, but the principle, the concept is from the normal distribution. So in the final exam, I will at least have 2 questions about this one. But don't worry, everything is open, everything can be used. Your paper book, your notes, your electronic device, but no talking. Is it okay? Okay. How about before we have a break, let me check the attendance.